Failing forward. Nelson Boswell once said, "The difference between greatness and mediocrity is often how an individual views a mistake." Boswell was basically saying that people who have become great and successful were able to do so because they learned from their failures and mistakes and grew from them. Therefore, I believe that not only can you learn and grow from failures, but you can also turn them into success based on the way you think about them. For as John C. Maxwell once said, "You are the only person who can really label what you do a failure." A long time ago, I heard a story of a Major League Baseball player who had achieved something that only 21 other people in the history of baseball had ever achieved. He had reached the milestone of making 3,000 hits. Oddly enough, on the same night that he made his 3,000th hit, he also made his 5,113th out of his professional career. This player was Tony Gwynn. If you take the number of outs that Tony made and divide it by 4 at-bats per game, that would equal 1,278 games straight without ever getting to first base. At first when I heard this, it sounded pretty discouraging, but then I realized that if Tony hadn't made all those outs, he probably wouldn't have made 3,000 hits. I also realized that after every out that he made, he really had just discovered one successful way on how not to get a hit. Basically, Tony learned from each out that he made and took the information and used it to improve upon his last attempt. Tony and all his fans would label his career as a success. Despite the fact that he made 5,113 outs, he has achieved something that many players can only dream of doing. I personally feel that in order for someone to become successful, they must fail forward. What I mean by this is that they have to be able to view their mistakes as stepping stones and learning experiences that are all part of the journey to success. A person has failed forward when they are able to remain positive in the face of adversity, learn from their mistakes, and use what they have learned to create a plan for improvement. As a golfer, there are a countless number of times when I make mistakes. Sometimes it could be losing my temper after a poor shot, other times it could be that I'm rushing my pre-shot routine. Whatever it may be, I always make it a point to use something called the 4 R's. They are replay, relax, ready, redo. The 4 R's are part of my improvement plan after every mistake that I make out on the golf course. If I were to hit a poor shot out on the course, I would use the 4 R's by replaying what just happened in my mind, relaxing with several deep breaths and positive self-talk, going through my pre-shot routine to get ready, and simply trusting my swing so that I can redo or hit my next shot. It is essential to learn from your mistakes and move forward, and by using the 4 R's, I can do just that. On the whole, I believe that mistakes and failures can teach you a lot, and even lead to success if you choose to learn from them. Therefore, I challenge you to redefine failure into something positive that will put you on the right path to success. Remember, as John C. Maxwell once said, people who fail forward are able to see errors or negative experiences as a regular part of life, learn from them, and then move on. They persevere in order to achieve their purpose in life.